Hey guys, welcome to Oregon Trails. So I have one of these multifunctional shovel Beely Bobs, technical name, and I just wanted to take a minute and show you a little bit about it. I haven't used this thing for anything yet. I literally just got it a couple days ago. Took it out of the box, played with it a little bit, but I haven't actually used the tools on it for anything. So let's get started and I'll show you a little bit about it. Alright, so like I said, this is a 14-in-1 camping shovel. I think it's 14-in-1. It's made by a company called Mempa. This is the cheaper of the ones I found on Amazon. There's way more expensive ones. Off the bat, this thing feels pretty solid. It feels like it's going to do quite well for what it is. So it's got, well, before we get into the shovel, we'll start with some of the other features. It did come with a camping shovel manual, which has English and I think Chinese. Alright, so first off, down at the bottom. So this is actually one of those things you use to break a window when you need to. So on this little manual, it has this listed as, hope you can see that, a tack cone. Not sure. I really, on a shovel, what's the point? There's no, obviously the point's right there, but on a shovel, what's the point? If you are in a car crash and your door is jammed and you can't get out of it, the last thing you're gonna want to do is grab your shovel, because it's probably not going to be inside the car with you. It's going to be somewhere like in the bed of a truck or in the trunk of a car or what have you. If you come across a scene where there's an accident and someone's needing help getting out of their car, you need to get them out of their car, like the car's on fire or whatever, last thing you're going to want to grab is a shovel. And even if you do grab a shovel, why not just use this side? Just saying. So, it's not that it's a bad thing that it's on there, it's just somewhat pointless, I think. So, anyway. Alright, underneath the attack cone, I guess, there's a little ferro rod right here, and see if we can get this thing to strike. Just gonna use the shovel for it. Maybe not. Nope. She's throwing sparks. Little sparks. The shovel's a horrible thing to use for that, so anyway. Alright, so behind the ferro rod is a whistle. And again, the ferro rod, I can see having that in there. That's kind of useful. The whistle, you're much better having that on your person, I think. I need to adjust you a little bit. There you go. Anyway, the whistle you need to have more on your person. Having it shoved into the handle of a shovel. So anyway, let's see how the whistle goes. Okay, I take it back, the whistle's useless. Alright, screw off the bottom piece, like so. Again, that's kind of the problem with having the whistle in there. If it's a whistle, you kind of need it in a hurry, I would think. I've never needed one. I keep one on me, but I've never needed one. But I always figured you're going to need it in a hurry, and it's just better to have it on your person if you're going to carry it at all. Now we have a knife. I don't know necessarily. Oh, I bet that's a striker. I bet that's the striker for the ferro rod. What do you want to bet? A little V up there? Yep. Okay. Well, mystery solved. Anyway, the knife came pretty sharp. I'm not going to try to cut any hairs with it because I'll probably cut my hand off. On the other side of it, it's got a saw blade. It's one directional, so cutting like that, there's your cut. Slide forward, yeah. You know how a saw works, I assume. There's the saw. One thing I actually did think of caused concern. So the saw's mounted in plastic. I don't imagine you're going to be doing any severe heavy work on this, like batoning or anything like that with this particular knife, but encasing in plastic seems like it's going to wear out. And it does have a can opener down here too. Who cares? It seems like it's going to break that plastic off pretty easily. So there's that. But I don't think you're going to be using it for batoning or anything like that. Alright, next up. I think I know what's rattling around in here. It's got a Phillips and flathead screwdriver bit that fits right in here. Again, more plastic. If you wrench down on this thing, it is going to strip that plastic out. Something fierce. So, there's that to keep in mind. Alright, now we're on to the shovel. The shovel part of our program. First off, it has these hex keys here and here. I've seen a lot of companies put these on tools, and I have no idea why, especially like outdoor survival tools. It doesn't make sense because this, even if either of these two did fit the lugs on my truck, I'm not going to be able to get this shovel in there to get it out. I mean, it's just not going to happen. Oh, I could wear it as a mask. Hey, a COVID-19 mask. Look at that. That was dumb. Anyway, yeah, if you know why, it doesn't even fit my bike. Neither of these two fit my bicycle, so it's kind of pointless. Don't know why they're there. If you do know why they're there, leave me a comment and tell me. I'd be very curious to know why companies keep putting these little hex keys inside of survival tools. Alright, now we also have a saw on this end, and these are actually pretty gnarly teeth. Not sure if you can see it real well. I guarantee it's going to saw pretty good. On this end, there's a blade, an axe blade, not terribly sharp. I can sharpen it and make it sharper. Yeah. And I assume you know what a shovel looks like, because there's one right there. Shovel. Okay, let's beat this thing up. Real quick. So honestly, this thing feels pretty stout. It doesn't feel like it's going to break. Other than the plastic pieces, it doesn't feel like it's going to break at all. So let's beat it up a little bit and see what we can do. We'll start with the bladed axe part. We're just going to use the axe on this tree branch I got right here. So. Alright, so that's still pretty tight. Tighten it up a little bit more, but it stayed pretty good. Not bad. Now for the saw. So this is super awkward to use. It's awkward to use this as a saw. Yeah, that's way too awkward to use. No purpose there. Not too bad though. It does cut pretty decent. It's awkward to use. So, I do like the axe part though. Alright, let's dig a hole. Oops, root. Yeah, alright, so it does dig. I don't want to dig too much into that root. It does dig, so let's try one more thing. You can take it. Now we have a little hoe. We have a hoe. That works. Works really well. And it stayed nice and tight too. So, alright, multifunctional camp shovel. All in all, it's a great piece of gear, honestly. It's stout. It's not going to bend or break. It does have kind of a couple little weird things to it, the hex keys and all the plastic, but it works. The saw's a little awkward, but for what it is, a camp shovel, you could do worse. So, I'll see you next time. Get a snare! Hey, those aren't trails. Finally. The backside of water! I want a nice round handle that I can really get my hand around. Kind of like a handle.